What's going on, world? It's another beautiful day in paradise. You know what I mean? Today I'm coming back from Wisconsin, and taking this load to Illinois. Pretty much, I just wanted to talk about today. It's just, man, I kind of wanted to express on how much, how when I first got into this. Well, let's start from the beginning. I was working for a warehouse company. I worked for the city. I worked for different companies, man, and just the money wasn't right. The money wasn't right. I even worked for a few trucking companies that just wasn't right, and so that was my move right here to go into the trucking industry, man. Very lucrative business industry, very lucrative industry, and I seen the opportunity. Where else can you can go and make $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 or even $4,000, or some loads. If you're an operator, you can get what is old boy on YouTube? He was talking about $9,000 load. To make that money like that. So it's recession proof also, because you gotta think about it. And trucking stop, we're gonna go into chaos. This is the majority of everything that gets transported throughout the USA is trucks. And so why not get a piece of the pie, Get out here and go ahead and get it. I just like the financial freedom, making a little bit, you be able to take care of yourself. Now, I can really go out places and say, all right, I look at a house and say that I can afford that now. I like that. So that was, of course, don't do that because you got a budget, brother. You got a budget. Don't be hood rich. Yeah, don't be hood rich. Be rich. Be shiesty with it. But that's for each his own. It's each his own. But I just wanted to express to a lot of cats. I was like, man, I see some of the guys that are young, a little younger than me, and I see them. They're having a hard time, or they can't find a job, they can't do that and this and that. Hey, man, go get your CDL. I tell them, say, go get your CDL, man. You got to sit here and worry about all this stuff. Get on that road and drive. The more years experience you get up under your belt, the more companies gonna want to touch you. You can go to these bigger companies. I know one of them was Walmart. That's one of the bigger companies that I think their drivers are making. It's an easy 100,000, almost 80 to 100,000 a year. And being a company driver, So I mean, why not? You're just driving. You ain't got to switch your ass off for it. You ain't got to break your back for it, man. You gotta get out here and defensive drive. Make sure ain't nobody hitting you. You know what I mean? Make sure you don't hit nobody else. Create an opportunity, a lifestyle for yourself. A lot of guys are like, man, I spend a lot of time away from home. But yeah, it is. But you gotta look at the actual long-term goal. In 5 years, where do you see yourself? And I know people ask that question a lot, or you see that question asked a lot. I don't want to be cliche with it, but 5 years, where do you really see yourself? Hey, if you can clear $70,000 in a year, $80,000 in a year, hey, you did something for yourself. Hey, you can put yourself in the predicaments where you can win. Start a business or something that you want to do. Maybe truck driving ain't the long-term goal. All right, well, if it ain't, this is something to get you started. Put real money in your pocket. You know, I talked to this one guy. I was getting ready to get hired on to CR England when I first started with them. And I spoke to him and we were talking, we were conversating. And he was like, man, he's getting ready to go to music school. And I hear him on the phone talking, and he was saying there was a deer on the side of the road. Yeah. But he was saying that he wasn't for sure about it. You know, I could hear him talking on the phone. He was kind of loud, and you know, everybody heard his conversation. And then he just kind of, you know, I got talking to my wife, and we got to conversating, and then and then he was like, man, so what do you do for a living, man? You know, I was like, I drive trucks, dude. You know, I got a CDL, you know, and pretty much I'm headed to a job right now. And he was like, word? I mean, how's the money? And I was like, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty much, you get on with a good company, you're going to do good. Because a lot of times, you know, like right now, you know, some people, you can go to a smaller company and they're going to use you for real. You know, you get to be Michael Jordan of that, you know, that flock. You know, and they going to get you all the miles you want. Sometimes they're going to run your ass to the ground. Hell, I've been there. I'm still there. Hell, you know what I mean? But, you know, you get the chance to, you know, it depends on where you go. Because not all truck drivers are making good money. You know, I'm just saying. You know, some of these school companies, they're not too, you know, they're I mean, it is what it is. You know, you're learning, you're getting your experience up. But when you start getting some experience, you're able to, you know, you can ask for, hey man, you know, this and this. No, I don't want 38 cents a mile. I want 48, or I want 55 cents a mile. That's what that's what I'm gonna drive for. If you can't do that, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. You know, and a lot of times they negotiate with you. They'll check your driving record and all that different stuff, you know, and check your history and your background and all that different stuff. And if you pay everything paying out, shit, they'll actually pay you that money. So, I mean, hey, you know, a lot of times people, you got to look at it like, shit, you run 3,000 some miles in a week, you do the math. You just came home with guap. So, I mean, what you waiting for? Let the wind be at your back, man. Wind be at your back. Trying to switch this lane, make sure I don't, you know, see this lane in my blind spot. So, you know, let the wind be at your back. You know, I'm talking to my cousin today. Well, not my cousin the other day. And, you know, it was one of the segments when we talked, the main things I was touching on when I was talking to one of my other segments is like, man, I wanted to make sure that when I make my step from company to operator, it was going to be a smooth transition and being prepared and always being prepared. But, you know, you're never prepared. You're never going to be ready. I feel like a lot of times you just got to get out here and just go, man, because life don't wait for nothing. You gotta live it at the moment. Shit. The bigger the risk, the bigger the rewards, you know. That's how I feel, man. Alright, people. That's my little 2 cents. Peace.